Hello YouTube channel. This is David, your Steven Skull lookalike. I kind of want to let you know what was going on. I just started making YouTubes for my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and I had a very interesting life. A long time ago in the past, I've always, I was in several relationships in my life. Did not turn out really good. I mean, I was with one woman who was caught cheating on me and with another person, and left me because for circumstances, if it was finances or anything like that, and I mean, it was really bad, and another woman in my life, she she must have did bad drugs or something like this, but she had a really psychological problem with her and stuff like that. I mean, I had a really horrifying life until back in 1990. I met this one girl. Her name was Miranda Anderson, and how I met her for the very first time is and it's funny. My sister, her name was Melody Micus, and she was dating this one guy whose name was Clarence Ray, and he mentioned that he knew a person that was her cousin. Her name was Miranda. So what they did is they fixed me up with her, okay, and they called her up on the phone, and she wanted to talk to me. And then when I got on the phone, she asked me, "Hey, do you have a job or something like this? Are you working?" I mean, she must have a lot of bad luck in her life too. And I told her, "Yes, I am working. I work for a company," and I was really upset when she was asking me these questions because of my past relationships with other women in the past, and I was mad, so I threw the phone away. And then one day when we met, it was funny because we met for the very first time, and my gosh, she was the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world. We hit it off like really, really nice. We started going together. We started doing things together. We had a lot of things in common, and she had habits and stuff like this. And I mean, I have to be honest with her, she was involved with drugs and stuff like this. I mean, I didn't know it at the time. What happened was we got married and stuff like that, and then we've been together for 30 years, But regardless of her drug usage, I stuck by her because I always believed in life deserves another chance, And it's hard to find good women out there nowadays. So we got married, and we've been together for 30 years. Well, back in 2015, she got really sick, and the doctor, you gotta forgive me, I have Tourette's, a nerve disorder, and then when I start talking about things like this and it's serious, and I start, with these facial movements and stuff like that. But other than that, she got sick. She went to the hospital. She went to St. Mary's Hospital in Indiana, in Hobart, and they told her that you have a blood disorder, that you have leukemia. It's called AML leukemia. So she put up a good fight for 7 years. In those 7 years, I was with her every step of the way. She went back and forth to the hospital, and she went to UIC. Her doctor's name was Dr. Wendy Stock, She was in charge of the whole 10th floor up there at UIC, and she beat the cancer. I mean, her cancer went in remission. And then they had this new medicine that you have to take belly shots, and what it does, it keeps the cancer in remission. It doesn't jump out of remission, so it doesn't come back. It just stays in remission. And it was so great until one day, you know, because I mean, they say if she ever runs a temperature or something like this, she had UTIs and stuff like that, and the UTI, urinary tract infection, and she would have to go to the hospital and put on antibiotics and stuff like this for the fever. Okay, well, one day she did get a fever during COVID. She caught a fever, and it was December 27th to 28th. I called the ambulance. The ambulance came, took her straight to the hospital, and from there they found out also that she'd gotten COVID. Okay. And I called her a few times. The doctor says that they gave her chemo and stuff like this because they found out that she had leukemia. But what I didn't understand is, why would you be put on chemo if your cancer is in remission, you know? But other than that, she was really bad off. You know, I've gotten COVID too, but I mean, I was on a 14-day what do you call it? 14-day at home and quarantine, I think it's called, 14-day quarantine, and I didn't have any symptoms or anything like this from COVID. Or in her case, the COVID attacked her lungs, even though, you know, she may have been in remission or not. It says like she stayed with COVID, and it attacked her lungs, and she was in pretty bad shape. They had her on bypasses and stuff like this, and then sometimes they had her off on bypass, but then she was put back on bypass. And I wanted to come and see her. She'd been calling me, telling me she wanted to come home and stuff like that, and she wanted to die at home. And she talking to her on the phone and stuff like this. I wanted to come and see her. I had to go through change command to say, hey, look, my wife is sick. I'd like to come up and be with her just for, you know, it was January 21st. She was on bypass, but she could still motivate, move around and stuff like this. I went up there, I saw her, and I told her before I left, I love you, and she told me she loved me too. And then January 25th, January 24th, I went and saw her, and she couldn't speak, but she was breathing really fast with the bypass and stuff like this. And I left. I told her I love you. I say I hope to see you soon. I hope you'll come home, because, you know, she always said that she wanted to come home. If she's gonna die, she wanted to die at home. She did not want to die in the hospital. She always told me, if something ever happens to you, that I want you to go out and find yourself a woman that would take care of you as well as you take care of her. And I know I took care of her, because I was doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, and sometimes I would give her a bath and stuff like this. I just felt it was my duty to do so. I mean, that's what people do when they're together and they love someone very much. So it was around 1:30 in the morning on the 25th. I get a call from the hospital saying she passed away. I took it very hard, you know, passed away, I went to the hospital. I saw her laying there, and it looked like she was sleeping. And I really did. I'm so hurt. I mean, 30 years of being with someone of pure love. We've been together more than half my life, half her life. And it hurts so much. I always tell people out there, when you're with someone, you love someone, you stick by them, you know. You don't take it for granted, you know. I never cheated on her. I never did anything. And it hurts so bad, you know. I had a hard time retrieving her from the funeral home because her wishes was to be cremated. And the insurance company, I thought she had the insurance for more than 2 years, but she did not. She only had it for 1 year. So they only paid $400. But I finally did get it back from her. I had to set up some kind of payment arrangement or something like that because the bill was so high, and it really drained me. But I mean, I've been carrying this pain for a couple of years now. I mean, I met someone new. I met this new girl, and she's amazing. You know, I mean, she's been with me every step of the way. She was with her husband. They were married for 40 years, and he passed away. But you know, I mean, right now I'm at storage, and I'm looking at all this stuff here that we share together, our history. And when I look at her walker, or I look at her electric chair, all I think it does is bring back the past. It's been so hard. I thought I'd be over it. I thought, I guess, they say you grieve, but it doesn't go away in a couple of years or nothing like this. It stays with you forever. And I miss her so much. I remember last year, I remember in 2021, I had my birthday, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw that video. I was celebrating my birthday by myself, June 13, 2021. And Yushi, the year before, Miranda was always there with me on my birthday. It's so hard. So hard. I'm sorry for falling out on YouTube. I just thinking about it, all the stuff in the story we built up together. In 21, we were supposed to get a place together, her and I. It never happened. And I was dealing with pain all the time. I've been trying to get the money together to move out of that apartment where we last been at together. Talking to Leslie and saying that we're gonna get a trailer or something like that, move out, or maybe get a house or something like this. because the only thing it does is that apartment brings back so many memories of Miranda and I. We used to go to the Blue Chip together, and we used to do all kinds of things together all these years. That's why I tell people out there, don't take life for granted. If you're with someone you love her very much, good or bad, stick by her no matter what, because you never know what life brings forth. If something happens, it will hurt. It will hurt. Please, do it for yourself. Don't take life for granted. Love the one you're with. Work together. Have a life together. Build a future together. We would have had kids together, but the problem is she had a tumor on her uterus, and she couldn't have any children. I tried to mention about adoption, but she had the drug problem addiction a long time ago, so we didn't go that way. But anyway, YouTube, I want everyone out there to do not take life for granted. Love the one you're with. If anyone wants to see all my videos, you'll see it on my Facebook page. Just go on Facebook, look for David Jensen, Jensen, in Valparaiso, and watch my videos. You'll see where it was in all the years with Miranda and I, birthday parties and stuff like this. We had a wonderful life together, all the way to the point of now, when she passed away. And if you guys want to see the story of my life, that's how it is. The reason why I call myself the Steven Seagal lookalike is only because a long time ago, when I was working part-time, I was working for the Hilton, and I used to know a limousine driver, and I know we used to go to the Planet Hollywood when we were kids, teenagers, and in my 20s and stuff like this, and people thought I was Steven Seagal. That's the only reason why I call myself the Steven Seagal lookalike. But anyway, I just wanted to say, please don't take life for granted. Love the one you're with. If you got a good relationship, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose it, believe me. You never know what you've had until you had it. And Miranda was one of the greatest things in my whole life that I ever have. And I was given a second chance. I turned the page on it, and I'm with this one girl now. But, you know, please don't take it for granted. Love the one you're with. And that's about it. I want everyone to know what's going on with me, you know. It's been so hard. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of anything, you know. I never really had a professional job or anything like this. I don't know, it's a long story. I won't get into it right now, but just want to let you know, when you're involved with a relationship, stick with the woman you're with. Anyway, YouTube, and of course Facebook, and everyone out there on TikTok and so on and so forth. I'll talk to everyone later. This is David, the one and only Steven Seagal lookalike, one and only Valparaiso. Peace.